Lesson 8K, Peripheral Nervous System, the Autonomic Nervous System. The peripheral nervous system is divided into two divisions, the somatic nervous system, and that controls the conscious movement of the body and the reflex actions. The second branch of the peripheral nervous system regulates the internal involuntary functions of the body and is called the autonomic nervous system. This controls functions in the body that do not require conscious thought, such as heart rate, breathing, and peristalsis of the intestines. The autonomic nervous system has two branches for each bodily function it controls. For example, heart rate has the branch of the autonomic nervous system that will speed up heart rate, and another branch that will slow the heartbeat down. These two divisions work in opposition to one another, described as being antagonistic, swinging heart rate back and forth to maintain homeostasis. The branch that increases the bodily function is called the sympathetic nervous system, while the branch that decreases the bodily function is called the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic neurons release a neurotransmitter called noradrenaline, or norepinephrine. This is very similar to the hormone adrenaline, which is released from the adrenal gland, found on top of the kidneys. Adrenaline is released into the blood and has a very similar effect to the neurotransmitter noradrenaline, which increases the rate of most physiological functions, like heart rate, breathing rate, increased blood glucose levels, and pupil dilation. This is all in preparation for the body's fight or flight response, which occurs when danger appears. However, noradrenaline is released by sympathetic neurons at the synaptic cleft, so it is more organ, tissue, and gland specific. The neurotransmitter noradrenaline is destroyed at the synaptic cleft by the enzyme monoamine oxidase, which prevents the excited state to last indefinitely. The parasympathetic nervous system uses the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, and it has a calming effect to the autonomic nervous system. The enzyme that will destroy it while it sits in the synaptic cleft is called acetylcholine esterase. Beyond the different effects of the somatic and autonomic nervous system, there are some structural differences as well. The somatic nervous system will detect stimulus at an effector site and will in turn produce a response at an effector site. The autonomic nervous system, on the other hand, only has a motor or effector role. There is no specific sensory component to the nervous system. The autonomic nervous system has a collection of chemoreceptors and baroreceptors throughout the body to detect change in blood pressure, pH, CO2, water, etc., and then produce an effect to deal with this general change in homeostasis. We call this system of non-specific sensors the interoreceptors. A second difference is that with the somatic nervous system, it consists of a single motor neuron, while the autonomic nervous system consists of two motor neurons, joined end to end. The sympathetic nerves travel from the lumbar and the thoracic region of the spinal column, and consists of a short neuron near the spinal cord, followed by a long neuron running to the effector. The parasympathetic neurons lead from way up high and way down low on the spinal cord, at the cranial region of the neck and the sacral region of the pelvis, and it consists of a first neuron that extends well away from the spinal cord, followed by a second motor neuron that extends to the effector.